Friends, today in this video, electrical components we have here, by using all these electrical components, we will make a circuit. So we need a logic here according to which we have to do wiring. So here we have three logic. Among these, first logic says we have two motor. Name of these motor is motor A and motor B. After this, in second point, it is told when we start motor A, then motor B here should start automatically. It means motor B here, we don't need to start this. When we start motor A, then motor B should start automatically. Now after this, point number 3 here, that is logic number 3 here. In this logic, it is told that motor A we have, if we turn off this, then in this condition, motor B which is there must not get off. Only motor A should turn off. Okay, then let's start making the circuit. So first of all, we will use logic number 1. Here we have two motors. This motor here, if we want to turn on this motor, then we have to use contactor. Now we made a symbol of this contactor here. So I am copying from here. Now we have a page in which I pasted this. Now we have two motors, so we need two contactors to turn on these. So I made two contactors. Now as you know that these contactors here, if we want to turn on these, then we have to give phase supply at A1 terminal. And at A2 terminal, we have to give neutral power supply. So I am taking phase supply and neutral power supply. So I took phase supply here. Now we need neutral power supply also. So I am taking neutral power supply also from here. So this first logic here, that is we have two motors. Motor we have, if we want to turn on this, then through these two contactors, it will get on. So for both the motors, we made the contactor. Now second logic here, in this logic, it is told if we start motor A, then motor B should start automatically. So here contactor we have, to start this, we have to make logic. So first of all, what we will do, this MCB here, from this we will take the power supply. So I am making MCB here. This is our symbol of MCB. To this MCB, we have to provide input power supply through phase supply. So we will connect this from here. Now this MCB here, power supply which will go from here, will go to stop push button. This is our stop push button, so we will copy this stop push button and we will paste here. Now to this stop push button, we will connect input power supply from this MCB. So I am connecting this here. Now power supply which will go from here will go to start push button. So whatever start push button is there, we will bring it. After this, connect this wire with start push button. After this start push button here, if we press this, then power supply must go to contactor directly. So we will connect a wire from here and directly with this contactor here, connect this wire. Now it needs neutral power supply also. So what we will do, connect a wire from here and with this contactor, connect neutral power supply. So contactor here, if we want to turn on this, then we have to press this push button. Now when we press this, our contactor will be turned on. And when we release this, then our contactor will turn off. So for this contactor here, NO contact of this contactor we have to use. So I will copy this from here and I will paste it here. Now this NO contact here, we have to connect this NO contact in parallel to start push button. So I am connecting this here. This circuit which you can see right now, this is of DOL starter. It means to turn on this contactor, we made DOL starter. Now here it was also told if we start motor A, then in this condition motor B should start automatically. That is, after pressing this push button, when our contactor turn on, then along with this contactor must also turn on. So we have to do simple thing. To this contactor, phase supply which goes, connect this supply from here. So connect a wire from here and with this contactor, connect this wire. So we connected this. Now we have to provide neutral power supply to this. So we will connect neutral power supply directly from here. So second logic here, according to this logic, we made this circuit. How it is going to work, let's understand this. First of all, turn on the MCB. When MCB turned on, power supply will reach till here. Now this push button here, if I press this, then this contactor will turn on, and when it gets on, this NO contact will become NC. Now if we even release this push button, then also contactor will remain on. Now along with this contactor is also turned on. It means that when we press push button, then both these contactors will turn on. So this logic here, if motor A starts, then motor B should start automatically. That is, when we started motor A, then motor A starts and along with this motor B started automatically. Now third logic here, in this it is told if we turn off motor A, then in this condition motor B should not get off. It means that to this contactor we have to provide power supply from somewhere else. Because if we press stop push button, then power supply will cut off, and if power supply cut off from here, then in this condition motor A will turn off and along with this motor B also turn off. So what we have to do here, this power supply which we connected here, remove this from here, and with above terminal of stop push button we have to connect this. Because after pressing stop push button, motor B here should not get off. So we connected one wire here. Now power supply which goes from here will go to this contactor. But to turn on, we have to use a NO contact. So motor A here, we will use NO contact of this here. So I will copy paste this NO contact here. So now we have one more NO contact. This NO contact is of this contactor. I written here A NO. It means NO contact of motor A is used here. So what we have to do, this contact here, we have to connect this in series to this circuit. It means to this contactor, power supply must go through this contact only. Now power supply from here should go to this contactor. So we will connect this through a wire. So through this NO contact, we provided power supply to this contactor. Okay, now we will turn on this MCB. After turning on this, power supply reached till here. Now if we press start push button, then power supply will flow from here and start the motor A. It means contactor turned on. Now this contactor here, if this gets on, then in this condition, this NO contact will become NC. Now both these contact becomes NC, so power supply will flow further from here and this motor B here, this also gets on. So second logic here on starting motor A, motor B should start automatically is completed. It means it is working properly. Now this third logic here, let's check this also, whether working properly or not. So motor which is on here, let's turn off this. To turn off this, we have to press stop push button. When we press this, contactor here will turn off, and when it gets off, this NO contact which was NC before will again become NO. It means power supply cannot flow from here, and from here also power supply will not flow. Due to this, what will happen, both these motors will be turned off. But this logic number 3 here, this is not working properly. Motor B here is also turning off. For this, what we have to do, this motor B here, we have to use holding circuit of this here. So what we will do, this motor B here, take NO contact of this and connect this in parallel to this. Now this start push button here, let's press this again to turn on motor. So our contactor here is turned on. And NO contact of this also became NC. You can see to motor B power supply is going, it means motor B also turned on. Now if I press stop push button here, then motor A will turn off, and you can see this NO contact which was NC before again becomes NO. And this also becomes NO, but this motor B here, NO contact of this which we used is still NC. This is why power supply will flow from here and it goes to motor B. It means this motor B here didn't turn off. So friends, logic here, logic number 1, logic number 2 and logic number 3, according to all these logics, we made the electrical drawing. Now this circuit here is still incomplete. We have to modify this circuit more. What all modifications we have to do, I will tell you in the next class. Friends, if you want to learn how we learn this type of electrical drawing, then click on the right hand side video to watch. Thanks for watching this video.